Now I'll request Samir sir to please take over, guide us, share his perspective. Please remember, say big hello to the audience. There are large numbers of people watching this deliberation.
Yes. I'm presently in. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Samir Sinha, and thank you so much, Navneet, for organizing this webinar and bringing all of us at one platform. I completely agree with what Mr. Kunal said just now, that during this pandemic, there are a lot of good takeaways also. So I could reach out to some friends. Maybe we have completed 25 years. I had not spoken to them in railways, maybe in police, and just because the crisis brought all of us together. And I was listening to Harsh, also to Kunal, I have just heard, and all of you have been doing phenomenal work. In Assam, I'll try to put this before lockdown and post lockdown, and now what we are doing. I handle the health portfolio also. So initially, when the cases started coming up in late February and early March, is it okay if I take some 5-7 minutes time to explain what all we've been doing?
Yes, sir. Please carry on.
Okay, I will not. Please stop me in case if I'm going beyond reaching the time limit. So I'll take 5 to 7 minutes to explain what we have done so far, and I think we have done okay. Before the lockdown, in fact, Assam was one of the states where there was absolutely no case. Given the geography, the very sheer geography of Assam, it is very, very insulated. And so there was no case. In fact, we got our first case in early part of, in fact, on 31st of March and 1st of April, that midnight we got our first case. So for a long time, we didn't have this positive case in the state. And for that matter, in the entire Northeast. Assam, of course, is the gateway. But what we started doing was that we started our screening at the airports and in railway stations much before, in fact, many states. So we started this practice from maybe 20th of February or so, when Government of India guidelines came in, and many VCs were organized, video conferences were organized by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So we started training our people. And this is also the time, this is slightly crucial because you would have seen on it that a series of hospitals are being inaugurated recently in Assam, and all with super specialty facility, all ICU facility, ventilator. The very in COVID demands that it affects the respiratory system. So a ventilator is one of the major kind of requirement here. So what we did was that immediately for February, I remember, we did a complete analysis of all the hospital projects which were coming up in the state, maybe for different regions, mother and child hospital coming up, or maybe some super specialty hospital coming up, or maybe some model hospitals being constructed. What we did was that we identified many hospitals across the state, and this was the first thing, one of the first things that we did, that we started tailoring it to the need to cater to requirement of COVID, so that tomorrow if there is any requirement or to attend to some critical patient, in the sense that if we need to provide some oxygen support or maybe some ventilator support, so that we can actually provide. Simultaneously, parallel to this, what we started doing was training people in large measure. We have 6 medical colleges, and what we did was that we have got 33 districts. So the district teams were tied up with medical colleges team, and medical colleges team mostly from medicine department and then anesthesia department and also department of community medicine. These faculty members started going to the field to train people at the district level and also at the subdivision level. The third thing that was very, very important, to keep the morale of the health officials very, very high. So you would have seen that, in fact, the way the Honorable Health Minister of Assam is there everywhere. And one of the primary requirements during those days, now we feel slightly comfortable across India, but was this PPE and and also this N95. Of course, I had never heard N95 mask, and I was only aware of the surgical mask at that time. So the main requirement was how to garner maximum number of, so that, to send a positive signal to the doctors, to the paramedics, to people who are working, to the sweeper who is going to possibly clean that COVID hospital. So this also we worked on all the fronts, and then the IC training I have talked about, and simultaneously we launched. Then the post 24th March lockdown starts, and all kinds of movement comes to an end. There are many Assamese people who are outside. There are many people from Assam who had gone on a short trip to outside India. They are stranded. There are many people, in fact, migrants, people, a whole lot of them, they work in South, Kerala, or Kunal was just talking about Goa, and many people who work outside. So we worked on, am I taking a lot of time? Can I go on? What we started doing, that we floated one number similar to many other states, and what we did was that we floated. In fact, if you send a call that number based on your missed call, we would actually reach out to you. And this was also the time when all the engineering colleges were closed. So we built a kind of a call center of around 500 young engineering students who were there in hostels. So we provided them with all support through one of the PSUs here, Amazon. This data card, and they started reaching out to. We mapped around, you'll not believe, 5 lakhs people who reached out to us that we need support, financial support. And thereafter, with the help of the district magistrates and police, we got it verified that yes, X is actually belongs to this particular village. Temporarily, he is there in Karnataka, and he actually won for this ovation, and he's. So we started sending money out to them, 2,000 rupees initially, and another installment of 2,000. Similarly, we reached out to everybody who was stranded outside based on some email and some local verification. We started giving 1,000 rupees, $1,000 to every such Assamese who was kind of stranded outside. Then whole lot of people, they go for their treatment outside, kidney, cardiac, liver, all kind of treatment. They were also stuck outside. Some people had completed their treatment, but they could not come during the lockdown period. So we started giving them 25,000, the first installment, another installment of 25,000, all bank transfers, and this is how. Then somebody just talked about reaching out. Our Himanshu was talking about Odisha model. We also started reaching out to anybody requiring medicine and other support, because we were not concentrating on other diseases. So what we did was that we did two things. We entered into a partnership with all the private hospitals of the state, that okay, barring these COVID hospitals, which would be a taboo for other patients because of the very infectious nature in the first phase. Of course, now they are all functional. So they started providing all the support for other disease groups. So this was one thing that we organized. And since there was a curfew-like situation, so we started. There is a group called Malaria, in fact, multi-purpose workers in the health department. They have their motorcycles in Assam. This is a unique model. So we started, in fact, through them, we started distributing medicines at their doorsteps. And we also simultaneously, what we did was that this is also malaria season in Assam, and Japanese encephalitis is a known kind of epidemic in starting May till about September. Then we have dengue cases also in the urban areas. So what we did was that at the district level, while this training was going on, which I talked about, we formed 900 teams of doctors, and we provided them with all support so that they could go to from one village to another, and so that they could identify all the ILI, that is influenza-like illness, and SARI cases, that is severe acute respiratory syndrome and illness, and all the fever cases they started mapping out. And much to our delight and pleasure, there was no positive case, dengue, in fact, COVID case. Another thing that was very, very important during this time is that Assam didn't have any testing facility. We started with zero. And all the samples we used to send to Pune, that virology lab, Pune. So So then we started. In fact, the first center came up in Guwahati Medical College. Subsequently, all the medical colleges we kind of ramped up, and we trained people, and we got accreditation. And thereafter, in fact, as I speak today, we have a testing. We had a testing capacity of 0, and now we are testing around every day around 4,000 samples every day across Assam. We are also getting to the requirements of other northeastern states, including Mizoram and Meghalaya and Arunachal, Nagaland. We are supporting them right from day one. We supported them, and so obviously we ramped up our testing facilities because we realized, and we continue to feel so, that testing and fast turnaround in testing will hold the key. And so this is what we did. So then the lockdown was relaxed. Phase 2 of the lockdown begins, and then people started coming, and we started having large number of cases from people who started coming from rail, initially from the route, subsequently from the trains started coming. Now the flights have started. We have here they do some travel history or so the standard drill is that we have initially we started with one zonal center in Guwahati. Everybody used to be brought to Guwahati when the road link was open, and thereafter we used to screen them and keep them in institutional quarantine, followed by home quarantine after we got the negative test results. And of course, for the symptomatic people, we used to have. By this time, what had happened was that we had been able to map the hospitals across the state, how many hospitals we have, how many trained people we have, and in order to keep the, in fact, then when we started having positive patients, it is not that we were distributing, or we still are distributing across the state. We had dedicated COVID facilities so that we don't, we don't. Only one dedicated team is there to look after one set of patients. So even if from the nearby district some positive patients are found out today, what we do is that dedicated 108 support is there, and we bring them to one center where we can save on PPE and our trained human. Because one of the unique characteristics of this COVID is that after 7 days of duty, the doctor's team, not only the doctor's team, people who are working, in fact, the entire team, they need to be quarantined for 14 days. And this is a bigger challenge because you're losing out your medical professionals. So what we started in order to keep their morale high, and we provided the best of facilities. Till today, we are putting our doctors in 5-star facilities, the Taj and Radisson. In fact, we are keeping them there. The paramedic also. So it's a kind of a line the complete. Then now that the people have started coming and in large number, so what we do, we have to save the community. As I told that when we started our community surveillance program, from the community, we hardly got any case. So hardly now, of course, we are getting, and through contact tracing, we are getting to know. But everybody had some kind of a travel history. So what the drill is very clear. Now all the districts are kind of suppose the train comes or the flight comes after the initial screening at Guwahati or in Dibrugarh where the flights land, or in Silchar where the flight lands, or in train, different stations been designated. So we have our screening teams, and what we do, it is important for any administrator to know that what we do is that we screen everybody at the railway station or at the airport, and all symptomatic patients, people are taken kind of separately, and all people with no symptoms, they are segregated separately, and thereafter we do kind of all kind of tests. In fact, all the tests and all SRF. We have actually engaged thousands of lab technicians and also the data entry operators, and in a record time, in fact, maintaining the cold chain, we are able to send the samples to the labs so that the turnaround time is faster. So the normal rule is that we would like to place everybody, of course, different SOPs are there for different category of people. Now that people have started coming by flight. So suppose institutional quarantine. So we need those many, and in fact, Assam is one state, I do not know about others, where we are paying. In fact, we are putting people in hotels mostly, or we have dedicated kind of quarantine centers. Idea is that we can so that we can avoid toilet pooling. Do not like two people to use the same toilet. Can I go for one more minute and thereafter I stop, Navneet?
Yes, sir. You have one more minute. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are taking them for institutional quarantine. We have hired all budget Oyo hotels and in fact all kinds, so that to avoid toilet pooling. And thereafter we put them in institutional quarantine, and thereafter we release them for home quarantine. And one unique model of Assam is that when we quarantine people and home quarantine, the entire home is quarantined. It is not the person who is, because in 80% cases, people may be sharing their toilet. That could be a cause of concern for us. So that is why the entire home is quarantined. And what we are doing, not only we are taking care of their food and other things when they are there in the hotels, we are taking care of everything. But we are also, when they are quarantined at home, across the state, what we are doing is that we are providing them with food or material, or we are providing them with money. That is 2,000 rupees per week that we give for a family of 4. If the family members are more, obviously it will be kind of double the number. The deputy commissioners and superintendent of police, in fact, it's a seamless kind of, in fact, when shifting people, the transport arrangement, amazing. And one IPS officer is heading the ASTC here, Assam State Transport Corporation, Mr. Tiwari, and in fact, and the police team. In fact, it's a beautiful kind of camaraderie that I get to see in this hour of crisis. All wings are working seamlessly together with each other. At no point of time I feel that. In fact, the deputy commissioners, superintendent of police, it is the way they have performed during this crisis. And of course, it's an evolving situation. And with each passing day, we are getting newer and newer challenges, but we are addressing them with elan and
wonderful.
sort of